If you want to create art in the world, your ego needs to die. It's so simple. When you aren't doing anything and aren't putting anything out of the world, it's so easy for you to hide behind yourself, man, and kind of hide behind fakeness and lie to yourself. But when you put art out into the world, you become almost vulnerable and criticism comes your way. You realize that you're not that good, you're not all that. And in order for you to survive and thrive, you need to let your fears and insecurities die. And you need to fall in love with making art. It's like so simple and it's hard, man. Like I'm out here preaching it, but this is something that I'm learning as well. And I'm just sharing with you. If you're on the same journey as me and you're creating art, then, join me and we can create art together. But I just find it fascinating. Oh, bit of wind there. I find it fascinating in the religious text, the Bhagavad Gita. There's this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful like book, and it basically talks about the dying to outcomes or outcomes dying. That means you have no right to your outcome or what happens of your work, but you do have the right to do the work, to love the work and love what you're doing presently. And it just makes sense. It's a beautiful thing, and here's why. We are seeking fame, significance, love, and all these kind of egoic things. And sometimes we crave it, we need it. But in order to actually do work, you're gonna have failures. You're gonna put out shit that is shit. And you need to come to peace with that. You need to become a part of that. You need to accept that as part of you, that you're gonna make failures, you're gonna make things that aren't as good. But if you can learn to just love expressing and sharing with the world and putting your art out there, then you're going to be in a much more beautiful world and a much more beautiful life. If you can break through those resistances and just start sharing from your heart, sharing authentically, even sharing something that's not too good, right? And then the occasion putting something out there really polished if you really want to, then this becomes a spiritual practice. And that's what art can be, a spiritual practice, something that renews your soul, something that clears your fears and frees you from your insecurities. Because it is just a difficult and intimate process to create art and to put yourself out there until it's not, until you're free to create, until you're lovingly expressing your truth out into the world. And I think that if you can get something resonant and true and authentic into the world and just share that, then you can make an impact. You can enlighten another's heart. Another heart. Whoopsie, that's a bit of a typo of the mouth. Like I don't even know what a typo of the mouth is. A word jumble. Anyway, what I've been really exploring in my contemplation, meditation, and prayers recently is dying of significance and dying of fame or just like our ego wantings. I realized how much I'm addicted to wanting significance and how that puts me in a really, really weak and shit position. See, if you really, really want something and you don't have it and it's hard to get and it's something that's out of your control, you are open to manipulation and you're open to actually doing things that are against your truth and against your soul. But the more that you free yourself from the desire and craving for significance and fame and different things, and the more that you share from the heart and you start living from the heart, the more powerful you become. It's a really powerful position to be in when you don't really need significance, when you don't really need fame or any of these silly little things. And I think that's the most exciting thing, the possibility of dying to oneself and rising again as someone who's just in love with the process of creating and really present and loves right now and does what needs to be done in a loving way. So that's what I'm sharing for today.